Hey, what's up, everybody? This is Kyle back at you with the review, and today we're going to be taking a look at the AEW Unmatched Series 8 Malachi Black, Brody King, and Buddy Matthews, otherwise known as the House of Black. Yes, it's about freaking time we get these bad boys. It feels like we're waiting forever, especially for these two. But anyways, we got them, and here they are. And they're quite high right now. I was actually surprised I was able to get my hands on these bad boys, but here they are. Cannot wait to open these bad boys up and see what we have here. But of course, first things first, packaging. Starting off with Malachi here. It's the traditional unmatched packaging. Of course, the silver border at the top there. We got the names on the side. Of course, Unmatched Collection Series 8 and the numbers they are. Malachi is number 60. Brody is 61. And Buddy Matthews is 62. So on the side there, same thing. And of course, each one has a secret letter as usual. Malachi's is an I. Brody, it looks like an O. And Buddy Matthews is a L. Not too sure what it's going to spell out, but we'll see. Turn them around. Malachi is from Dynamite Road Rager, July 7th, 2021 in Miami, Florida. Brody is from Revolution, March 6, 2022 in Orlando, Florida. And I believe the same thing is for Buddy Matthews as well. Looks like it, yeah. Revolution, March 6, 2022 in Orlando, Florida. Yep, same date. Cool. It would have been nice if all three of them matched, but that's okay. And of course, the other figures... on the set, of course, we got Penta, Brody, Malachi, CM Punk, and Buddy Matthews. CM Punk I'm probably going to pass on. Obviously, we're reviewing Brody, Malachi, and Buddy today. Penta, now that I've seen him in person at Walmart last night, I may pick him up. We'll see. Which I did find almost the entire set at Walmart last night. I found everybody except for CM Punk. Malachi I got on eBay prior because my stores suck and I couldn't find them at that point. But anyways, I was lucky I got Malachi for really, really cheap. Actually, cheaper than Ringside on eBay. And then these two I found at Walmart last night, which was shocking. Like, I honestly thought these two would be the first ones to go, but no, CM Punk was. He was the only one that was not there. So that was surprising. Anyways, that's about it for the packaging. So let's open up the House of Black and see what we have. We'll be right back. All right, so here we have them out of their packaging. And all three of these figures are awesome. Honestly... these are pretty much top contenders for AEW figures of the year, in my opinion, so far. But we still got a long way to go to the end of the year, so we'll see if we can get any figures that top these. Anyways, let's get right into them. All right, let's begin with Malachi here. His accessories, he comes with 2 pairs of hands and an alternate head. They all have that. For the hands, it's more just standard, kind of like more relaxed hands, I guess you could say. And we do got the tattoos on there, which are nice. And like I said, he has an alternate head, which we'll mention in a second. And bring him over here. The default face, I like. We've seen this face before. I believe the Supreme collection had this. And also the Unmatched Series 6 had this, but it's different face. And also the eyes are done a little bit different too. So if I could bring in both heads. Yeah, the eyes are painted a little bit better. I'm loving the makeup here on his face. That's awesome. Does have the little tattoo there on his cheek. And even some right there on the back of his neck and right behind his ear. So that's good. Hair looks good. Looks like great likeness. Looks just like him. Now, if you remember from my past review of the Brody Lee from Series 6, I'm not too big on figures in suits, but this is one of the better figures in suit. And this is a very nice sculpting for the suit, and he looks awesome. Just a standard black suit. Like I say, it looks good. Sculpting's nice and nicely done. Of course, he does have the tattoos on his hand. His other hand is just like more, I guess you could say like hand signs, kind of. Yeah, so not much to say about Malachi here. It's basically just a basic black suit, but it works. It's nice. And our articulation is standard. However, it's slightly limited because of the suit. Head rotates, of course, side to side. It has the hinge of the neck. It can go up and down. Arms are D360. In and out. Bicep. Of course, double joint elbow. Wrist. And it doesn't have the hinge of the wrist, unfortunately. Or does it? Oh, yes, it does. It's just, mine's tight, because I just opened it. Of course, it has the upper torso. Nothing in the waist, but legs forward and back, in and out. Swivel the thigh. Double joint knee. Foot can move forward, kinda. And the slight ankle pivot. And it can kind of rotate slightly, so kind of limited posability in the suit. But it works. Like I said, very basic, but effective. So, very nice figure. And for a short look comparison, here he's with the Unmatched Series 6, but I'll get more into that later on when we compare all three. Alright, set him off. Now let's get into the two that pretty much everyone's excited for from the set, based on them constantly selling out, and because of how much they go for on the secondary market. Alright, start with Brody King here. And just like Malachi, he comes with alternate hands and an alternate head. But in this case, for Brody, his alternate head is kind of like the Malachi Black from Series 6, where the alternate head is his entrance mask, which is non-removable. For the hands, the default hands are just more basic, relaxed hands, and the alternate hands is a pair of fists, which is nice. And here is the alternate head with the mask on, which looks awesome. And look at that detail. Of course, I'm a sucker for skulls, so of course I love this skull mask. And look at that. So you've got that little, I guess you could say kind of bandana there. So awesome. And Brody also does come with a removable sleeveless vest, which once again, nice detail. Even with the bones on the back there. And it does come off pretty easily. There you go, easy, easy. If I can get stand for a second. He is kind of top heavy, so he does fall over quite a bit, so you gotta make sure he's positioned properly. I just set that off to the, put that out to the side. Alright, there we got Brody, ready for action. Face scan, great. Once again, great likeness. Kind of prefer the screaming face from the 2-pack. He's coming with it, and Darby, where he's like all bloody and everything, which is actually kind of the expression he has on the packaging here. So I think it fits him more. This one's still a nice face. I think it looks just like him, with the beard and everything. However, I think the head sits a little bit too high, possibly. It just looks a little bizarre. And now definitely the big selling point with this figure. I mean, this is definitely a prime example of why I love collecting figures and why me and a few friends of mine consider these works of art. I mean, look at the detail on these tattoos. Oh my god. I mean, man, Jazzwares, just a lot of effort that they put into this. I mean, look at all these tattoos. I mean, look at that. Like, this is a work of art. Super toyetic, awesome. Got the symbol in the front of the trunks and the back. Standard black wrist tape. Then we've got more tattoos on his thighs here. And the knee pads, once again with the symbol there. And some boots, what looks like white flames somewhat. And even more tattoos right there, even in the middle. They could have easily skipped that, but they got it in there, which is a nice touch. And he is pretty top heavy, so he can be a little tricky to stand here and there, but once you get him positioned correctly, he's fine. And speaking of posability, it's standard for the AEW figures. The head rotates side to side. It can go, has the hinge of the neck, so it can go up and down. Arms, 360, in and out. Bicep, double jointed elbow. Wrist, and then hinge at the wrist, but mine is very tight because I just opened these figures. Of course, has the upper torso, kind of swivel at the waist, then legs forward and back, in and out, thigh, double jointed knee. I'm glad the knee pads don't hinder it. Swivel at the boot, hinge at the ankle, but mine's a little tight, and is there a pivot? Kinda, a little bit. So like I said, Brody, awesome. honestly, kind of no complaints. Only complaint I have with him is I don't know, kind of top heavy he is here and there, and also just the way his head is. I don't know, it just looks a little awkward on the peg. I don't know, I just think it sits a little bit too high. And also, I don't like how you kind of had to mess around with the hinge here at his neck in order to get the jacket on the right way, because it has to be like a certain position to get the jacket on all the way and for it to look right. So Brody, fantastic. Let me set the jacket here. And then last but not least, Buddy Matthews. And same thing as the other two. Comes with an alternate head and interchangeable hands. For Buddy, same thing as Brody. Kind of the same hands, the more like open, relaxed hands, and a pair of fists. And then here's the alternate head with the non-removable mask, which looks very cool. I mean, just look at that. I mean, that's great. And just like Brody, he comes with a removable sleeveless jacket, which is similar to Brody's, but very different. Once again, it has the, looks like bones on the front and the back and the hood. And once again, comes right off. There we go. Easy, easy. Set that out to the side for a second. And then here he is, ready for action. Now the face, excellent. Great likeness to Buddy Matthews, which I wish the head sculpts from Mattel when he was in the WE looked like this, because those head scans sucked. I mean, Mattel, take notes. This is how you do a Buddy Matthews head sculpt. Well, back then he was known as Buddy Murphy, but same thing. So that's a great likeness. The only issue I have with it is the skin tone. It looks a little bit too pale on his face. And also the hair color, like his hair and his beard. Judging by the package, it looks like it could be much darker. If I bring in the picture here on the front, I just see it's like a more darker color. So I think his hair and the skin tone, especially on his face, is too pale. And it's kind of out of place, like how his face is so pale, but he's more tan on his torso and arms. So that's weird. Like I said, head scan's fine. Like I said, just fix the skin tone and the hair color. Of course, has his elbow pad there, or arm sleeve right there. Of course, standard white wrist tape. And then traditional Buddy outfits, I like these ripped up shorts. It says Matthews there on the leg, which be careful. I'm worried that might scratch off if you keep moving the leg around, so be careful. And got the symbol on his back pocket as well as on his knee pad. And black kick pads, which I like the texture here on the front, so that's nice work. And then articulation, same. Head, side to side. Has the hinge of the neck there, so it can go up and down. Arms, 360, in and out. Bicep, double joint elbow. Wrist, hinge at the wrist. Torso, well, upper torso. Kind of swivel waist. Legs forward, which not that far, so that's disappointing. And back, in and out. Thigh, double joint knee, swivel with the boot, hinge at the ankle, and pivot. So yeah, even though they have the same posability, some of it's limited, especially for Buddy here with his legs going forward. I mean, that sucks. But really, aside from the bad skin tone and the hair color, and the kind of limited posability in his leg, Buddy Matthews, still one of the best figures. So awesome. This is definitely a great trio to add to your collection. Like, despite the minor few flaws I've mentioned here, and just for the fun of it, you know, I had to do this. Let's bring in the Malachi in the ring gear so we can get all three of them together. Just let me take his jacket off real quick and swap the head. And maybe at the end of this video, I might insert a picture of all three of them in their entrance gear with their masks on, because I think that's going to be a sick display. So here's Malachi. Let's bring in Brody and Buddy. And they look awesome together. It's so cool to have all three of them. So, sick. It's going to be a cool display. So, like I said, despite the few minor flaws I mentioned with all three of them, this is still a great a trio to have. It's a great figures and definitely well worth the money if you can track these bad boys down. So quick final thoughts overall, like I said before in the intro, all three of these figures could easily be contenders for best AEW figures of the year. Like all three of them. Like despite their flaws, only complaints I have with them is with Buddy Matthews, the skin tone and the hair color on the face, and of course the limited posability in his legs slightly. Brody, just the stability issue. Malachi, minor limited posability, and of course stability as well. All three of them have stability issues. They fall over quite a bit. That's why I have them on figure stands here on my little turntable. Like I said, really aside from that, if you can find all three of these, go for it. I mean, they're great figures to have in your collection. Like I said, if you can find them for your prices. Brody and Buddy, they're currently on back order on Ringside, and they go for kind of a pretty penny on eBay, especially Buddy Matthews in particular. Holy crap, I've seen him go for like almost $100. Brody around 50. Malachi's pretty cheap. He's currently in stock on Ringside, and I got him pretty cheap. Like I said, I got him cheaper than Ringside, so you shouldn't have a problem getting Malachi. However, some people are starting to find them at Walmart and Target, like I did when I found Buddy and Brody. I got both Walmart and Target, so I'd say if you can find them in the store or get them online for a decent price, I'd say go for it. Like I said, they're great figures to have, despite their flaws. Like I said, pick them up if you can. Anyways, thanks for watching, guys. Please rate, comment, and subscribe. Be sure to check out my AEW figure reviews. Please check out every AEW review I've done up to this point. And also be sure to subscribe and ring the bell so you don't miss a single review. And stay tuned for more reviews of not just AEW action figures, but WWE action figures, toy hunts, stop motions, and a whole lot more. So be sure to subscribe so you don't miss it. Anyways, thanks for watching, guys. Please rate, comment, subscribe. And until next time, remember, you can't touch my dream and you can't touch my soul. I'm out. Take care, guys.